I have a dream that one day,
no matter how long it may take us,
as long as we have faith in our cause and an unconquerable willpower,
knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own.
This is a time of challenge to our interests and our values, and it's a time to test our wisdom and our skills.
This will not be a campaign of half measures, and we will accept no outcome but victory.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept.
read my lips.
We will respond forcefully. Heavy as they are, the cost of action must be weighed against the price of inaction.
We aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around. We aren't going to let any injunction turn us around.
Let us be united for peace. Let us also be united against defeat. Because let us understand,
there is no way we can go forward except together.
and let us work until our work is done.
Assured of the rightness of our cause and confident of the victories to come.
With the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph, so help us God.
There's new ground to be broken and new action to be taken.
It does require, however, our best effort and our willingness to believe in ourselves and to believe in our capacity to perform great deeds.
Lift up your heart. All will come right. Out of the depths of sorrow and of sacrifice will be born again the glory of mankind.
And we will take action when action is required.
I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it.
If we succeed, it will not be because of what we have, but it will be because of what we are.
People are different and react in different ways, so yelling, screaming and other emotional displays similar to that are what some athletes thrive off and want, which results in them having a better performance. However, this could have a devastating effect on others, with them getting really upset about it and preferring a nice calm chat about how they could improve, which will be the best way of getting a good performance from them. Paying attention to your players' emotions and how they react to the ways you interact with them are vital, because it affects how they perform and improve as players throughout their careers.
When being a leader in sport, it is important that you have a wide variety of knowledge in sport skills, whether it is in one specific sport or a variety of sports, so that you are able to improve the player's performance. Also to be able to pass your knowledge on to the players, so they have knowledge on a certain sport or sports. If the leader didn't have a good knowledge, then the players won't learn anything and won't be able to develop it in a certain sport.
The coach will need to have a good knowledge of rules and laws of the game to show participants an understanding by improving their skills and techniques through their own knowledge. However, if the coach didn't understand the rules and laws of the game or have any knowledge in their chosen sport, it will reflect when participants are playing competitions, as they will have no understanding about tactics, skills or techniques.
A leader needs to know his players' physical needs because it is important that he doesn't set a too difficult or too easy task. This relates to knowledge of sports because they need to be able to prepare sessions at different skill levels for different age groups and abilities. If the leader doesn't know their physical needs of players, then the players may feel that they are not improving or the coach has set a too difficult task.
Oh, I guess they got that one too, huh? Yeah, they'll get them all, I'm sure. Hey! What is that? Come on, guys! You're killing me! Ray Jones can see this crap!
Patience is an important characteristic for a leader. You may see potential in a participant, however, they need to develop at their own time. As their leader, you encourage them to improve, but to constantly remind them, so to be impatient, you risk demoralising them so they stop trying. Patience also allows for you to process things before acting, so that you can consider the impact of your decision that it will have on others. Taking the time to listen, observe and process things means the decisions you make will improve participants' performance overall. The video is a bad example of a leader with patience, as he has begun shouting at his performers, which is most likely to have a negative effect on them, and their performance won't increase because of the impatient reaction so early on in a game.
A coach needs to be consistent with their players as it allows them to earn trust and develop relationships. This will help when working together to help improve the players' performance. The coach also needs to set good examples such as turning up on time and being prepared, because if the coach was late and unprepared all the time, the players may take after this.
It is important that there is some sort of separation between players and the coach to make sure he is keeping his role professional, but it is also important that the players feel they can approach the coach, because if a player has a concern or something important, they should feel able to tell their coach. Being approachable makes situations easier to solve and the players feel comfortable, which is important. My coach is approachable and will help me if I have a problem.
A leader needs to be truly focused and passionate about what they're doing. They'll do whatever it takes to achieve their targets. They have clear visions and an effective plan. Goal-focused people take on many responsibilities and duties while still performing well. They are easily inspired and have a compelling desire to reach their targets. This is good for a leader as it inspires performers and you're leading them towards a goal rather than to do nothing.
A sports leader needs to be committed because you are setting an example to your players. If you start turning up late or skipping different sessions and letting your players down, then the participants will start to do the same. So basically your behaviour reflects on the participants, and anything you do wrong may cause the players to do the same. If you are not committed to turning up, then the players won't be able to develop their skills because you aren't there to help them.
Coaches who are empathetic are coaches that pay attention with an open mind and are able to understand their athletes better. For example, when an athlete comes to the coach with different ideas, the coach must take these on board and not totally disregard the ideas, having an open mind about what they say. They care about what they say. Through being empathetic, the coach can put themselves in an athlete's shoes, see it from their perspective instead of disregarding what they say and always thinking that they are right. It is important to be empathetic as it gives the athlete reassurance that you care about them, what they feel and what they're saying, and you make them feel like they can count on you and be able to talk. A good leader must be able to motivate, as motivation is key for a team or participant to move forward or advance their performance. If you can't motivate your participants, no work or achievements will be accomplished, as they won't have any effort to do the work in the first place.
The coach needs to be knowledgeable over a broad range of things, such as the need of the players, ability to highlight successful performers, and they also need to be able to rectify mistakes. The coach also needs to know the different types of teaching styles and how to adapt them accordingly within training sessions or matches to get the most out of the players. Along with this, they need to be able to adapt tactics throughout the game and need to teach the importance of good relationships between teammates.
A coach should act in a way that a player would want to act like or look up to. The way you act around players is the way you should want them to act around you. Being a good role model is important as players are more likely to listen to what you have to say. As the coach has power and responsibility, it immediately makes the players look up to them. So if you set a bad example, players will copy that and be harder to work with. One of the college coaches plays for a professional football team and is a good coach and sets a good example, which is why I see her as a role model.
A trainer within sport is someone who is a fitness professional in that chosen sport. They motivate clients by setting goals. This is important to have as a leader as it helps participants' performance improve and their understanding of why and how this needs to happen.
A sports lead needs to make sure they are organised so the session can run smoothly without no interruptions. You need to be organised so that you can plan different sessions for the participants and also a contingency plan, so if anything goes wrong, you'll know that there's nothing to worry about. You also need to be organised to set a good example to your participants, as you are a role model to them. So if you are late to the session, then you're not setting a good example. Therefore, if you weren't organised, the session will fall to pieces.
A coach has to be a good instructor to be able to benefit the athlete and help them improve on their performance and help them grow as an individual. They also need to have a wide knowledge of the sport that they are instructing. They need to, because when they're teaching sessions, the sessions can't always be the same, so they need to be able to have a wide knowledge so the sessions can be different, so the athletes will want to go, the athletes will think that they are improving. They also need to be able to give good advice, whether it be bad or good. So like halfway through a football match, when the athletes come off the pitch, you need to say, look, you're doing this, this and this wrong. You need to go on and change this, so it'll help them improve as an athlete, but also give good advice.